Hey, primates! Links to the video we react to today are in the description below. Also be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the little bell to be notified whenever we go live or put out new content. It really helps us out. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show! Go subscribe, go check out the dude's channel. Make some amazing content. We'll go ahead and post this up on the Discord. Time to talk about one of my favorite subjects of all time. How's it going, Victoria Susan? Welcome, welcome. Ayoo! Absolutely wild situation happening in the video game industry. Let's see what's going down.
Yes. Do you like attractive women with big hands?
Yes!
What's up, everybody? This is the sexy man here.
I want her to wrap her hands around my neck.
List of video game characters that I jerk off to. Number 10, Urgot. Number 9, Uncle
Lumbago.
Lately, there's been a lot of buzz surrounding the upcoming game Stellar Blade.
Whoa. You forgot about Grandfather Nurgle. Okay, one of the greatest demigods in all of Warhammer 40K, okay? Just to let you know. What a question. Do you like hot bad? I think I entered the wrong video stream. Nah, son, you entered the correct one.
Protagonist Eve. Many gamers are celebrating her provocative design, the exotic outfit she wears.
Let's go!
And as a red-blooded male, I can appreciate this as well. Now, I played the demo, it was pretty fun, and I think Stellar Blade is shaping up to be a stellar game. On the flip side...
Wow, funny. Great! I'm still waiting on it for it to come out on PC.
Some folk claim this type of character design is harmful because it objectifies women
I'll
and
move this
displays
up so I'm not
unrealistic
blocking
body
it.
standards and proportions. Now, we could ignore the fact that Eve's design was based off of a real human being, and that's exactly what we're going to do, because complaining on the internet makes me feel better than ordering the salad. But on the real, there is something to say about body standards in media, sexualization in video games, and how it can affect us. It feels kind of dumb to say this, but there is an ongoing debate around how hot video game characters should be. If you make a character too sexy, then it's misogynistic. But if you don't make every female a supermodel with double D honkers, then your game's woke. How are you supposed to win? Well, today that's what we're talking about. Sex appeal in video games.
I mean, it's not that difficult. Just make a game like Baldur's Gate. Something that, like, works. And is, like, good. And also sexy. You know, a little bit of everything.
How do you tell the difference?
Or Helldivers!
Why are games
democracy? Don't look at the women, don't look at the booba, look at the democracy! Look at the bugs, the robots, the liberty. That's what you do!
Like Stellar Blade. Why are video games now filled with soft porn heroines with ridiculously large breasts? Why?
Nowadays.
Because fellas like big titty bitches. Next article, write some real fucking news. Shakespeare couldn't have said it better
I
himself.
can't say I don't agree, I'll be honest. The Witcher 3 has gone silent lately after the release of this video.
I mean, that's about it.
Geralt?
Gaming was a male-dominated hobby, so naturally developers
Geralt
made
is guilty
games
of being
that
too sexy.
appealed to men. This was much more apparent in the olden days where publishers had to rely on the box art to grab your attention. This certainly grabs my attention. Hey, how's that new pinball
Definitely
game
grabbed
coming
mine.
along? You know, Microsoft needs it out for the Xbox by May. Well, boss, it's looking great. But to be honest,
Thank you so much, Victoria Susan. Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you.
pinball on console is a hard sell.
We're just sort of
It's
hanging
kinda
out,
boring.
taking in
So how can we
requests
spice
and
it up?
recommendations.
Fuck it, like this? Throw some chicks with guns and swords on it. American
That's
Pinball,
pinball?
Reborn. Rated E for everyone. This might
To
come
be
as a
fair,
shock.
so did the Pepsi commercials. Like, literally every other Pepsi commercial was literally just a lady in a bikini just being like, drink Pepsi. And I'm like, well, okay then. Next time I go to the supermarket, I'm gonna grab myself a Pepsi. Then maybe beautiful women will also speak to me.
To some of you, so brace yourself.
Advertising's weird.
Sex sells in every industry.
I don't
You
believe
don't
it.
say.
The same rules that apply to Hollywood and movie stars apply to gaming. People like things
I do stream
that are
daily,
attractive.
pretty much Monday
They
through
had
Fridays.
goddesses stand-
I stream once in the morning and once in the evening. It is 10 to 2, and then I gotta go pick up the kids, so it's 5 to 10 afterwards. My siblings, I should say.
around and look pretty for the midnight release of Halo 3. Blizzard paid Megan Fox to promote Diablo 4, and that was the best thing that came out of Diablo 4. The developers of the game called it Sin Episodes Emergence.
D4. Didn't they just put out a patch too for loot?
One of their characters.
Nice. Nice.
Come on, we even got the insurance lady with the pink hair, like driving around like 007. In this particular stream, I started at 5, so I've been streaming for about 51 minutes. But in general, I've been doing YouTube since 2015. I've been streaming for about a year now. Right? Maybe more or less, I think. Right? Right, Master Sam? Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
Sex appeal is an easy way to get the attention of men. But that's nothing new to video games. It wasn't new when Lara Croft debuted with her pyramid breasts. And it's not new with Eve and her
Okay, but middle school Monke was absolutely all over those freaking pyramids, okay? They were amazing!
Ponytail. But what has changed is the industry. It's much more complex and diverse now. There are more female gamers than ever before. So how do we sell games to them? Maybe we could push out more dishwashing and cooking simulators? Perhaps we could sexualize women less, portray them in a more realistic, less idealized way.
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
But I think a better solution
What a great clip to have
is
there.
to sexualize men more. Picture this.
Let's
Ace Attorney 7
go! Geralt of Rivia! More of that!
drops.
Buff
and the second
Superman!
case takes
Buff
place on a
Boy
beach.
Batman!
This is nothing more than an excuse for BAM! Shirtless Miles Edgeworth.
Let's go!
Watch the fangirls go crazy. Instant one.
Absolutely! Instantly! Monies! Oh, that'll get you so much cash moolahs if you freaking do it. Let's go. Make a freaking, yeah, there we go. The money rain. Make a freaking Geralt of Rivia dating simulator where you just date Geralt. He's like a witcher and you're just a peasant. So you're just like, well, I can't believe this peasant saved me from this werewolf. Thank you, Victoria. I absolutely appreciate the follow, my dude.
1 million copies sold within 24 hours. Capcom, you can send me the royalty checks. But seriously, if there is a major issue around objectifying women in video games, I say go ahead and objectify men too. It's not like we can change the fact that sex sells and companies are gonna
Yeah, just look at He-Man. Let's be honest. Let's be completely honest here. Okay, I'm just saying. We've never sexualized men, have we? Have we ever? Never have we sexualized any men whatsoever. Sorry, I'm blocking it, but freaking. Not once, never. I've never seen men sexualized in any kind of way. Not one person. Not one skeleton man with just the pecs of a god. Definitely not. You guys are wild. You're crazy. I call BS. Freaking A. What about Conan? Y'all remember Conan? I don't think we've ever sexualized Conan. Or his bikini. Bro really had a G-string, basically. Let's be completely... Arnie looking good, though. Arnold looked freaking fantastic. Let's be just honest with ourselves. Why aren't we? What about Flash Gordon? Definitely not sexualizing Flash. Saviors of the universe! We would never sexualize Flash Gordon in booty shorts. Do not ask me why I know of so many strong, muscular, sexualized men. It has nothing to do with me. Okay, I just happen to be major fans of all these. I typically do gaming streams pretty much Monday through Thursday, my dude. Fridays are the only days that I do like reactions and stuff.
Use it to sell products. So why not level the playing field a bit?
Hi, I promise someday I'll get Kick working on the stream thing over here.
The beach.
On the chat.
Appeal to women just as much as they do to gay guys.
I'm sorry, you said it reminds, Master Simpson, it reminds me of the controversial beer in Brazil. They used a beautiful woman and a sexy woman to hold 2 bottles. One said 1 liter, the other one said 2 liters. And, well, they put 3 liters over her... Okay, God, okay, we're freaking A.
League of Legends has just as many sexy dudes as
Again,
it does
it's because it sells. It grabs people's attention.
chicks. I mean, just case in point. There's a tendency for websites
I probably should
such
upgrade
as
my stream
Kotaku
layout.
to post articles like Baldur's Gate 3
But
slyly
I already
adds
did all the
jiggle
fancy
physics for
stuff, like with
dicks.
all the borders and all the, like, a chat segment and all this other stuff. And honestly, it just kind of gets in the way of the actual video. I'd rather just have a ginormous full screen.
Balls. They will celebrate when men are sexualized.
I got
but not
stingers,
women.
though.
Yes, me. That's a little
For, like,
sex
transitions and
Kotaku.
stuff, or if I
Lost
wanna
Ark's
speak to y'all.
depiction of female characters
Like,
feels
my-
a decade
person
out
to
of
person.
place. If you're fine with people thirsting over those shirtless Leon Kennedy mods, or the mods where Chris Redfield is just fucking naked,
That's an actual mod? Let's be honest, they shouldn't be a mod. I should just come in with the game, man. Like, I feel like it should just be, like, a pretty standard freaking mod, you know what I'm saying?
for the entirety of Village, then you should also be fine with people thirsting over Lady Dimitrescu. Now to clarify, there is a big difference between what a developer makes and what their audience makes of it. Just ask Jeff Kaplan. But if we held developers responsible for the actions and words of their community, well, the Call of Duty devs would be on trial for crimes against humanity. So this doesn't...
Okay, absolutely. If I'm looking for artwork, I'll definitely hit you up, my dude. Thank you for the information. Master Sam, yeah, I will totally drink that beer. Yeah, only the beer. My bad. I had to say only the beer.
apply to, like,
Just a beer.
multiplayer
Yeah,
voice text.
who cares about the ladies?
But
It's just a
what,
beer
if
that I want.
anything, is wrong with Stellar Blade in particular? Let's check out some articles and see if we can find the answer.
Like, I'm just saying, how often have y'all seen an ugly person be the star of a movie? Let's take a look, shall we? Movies coming out in 2024. Let's see, how many uggos do we have? We've got Planet of the Apes. Let's see all the ugly humans that are living at the end of civilization. Oh, look at that! It's been like 50 years without makeup or any kind of civilization, but she still looks drop dead gorgeous, don't she? Freaking all the lipstick, all the eyeliner. It's really weird. You think, like, what are the odds that a beautiful with the last human alive would be a beautiful, gorgeous woman, right? It's just weird, isn't it? A little bit odd. Just so strange. You're like, just wow. Look, she even has her eyebrows really thin. These, Caesar, y'all didn't know this, but Caesar is really good at makeup, alright? Y'all are just confused is what you are. Let's see, what other great ugly leads do we have in movies? We'll just go in order here. If that was kind of cheating, because we all know it's Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is gorgeous, let's be honest. I would let him do things to me. Anyway, on to the next one. Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds again, and, freaking Wolverine. A Quiet Place. Another movie about survivors at the end of the world. Let's see if they're all ugly. Well, they look pretty freaking gorgeous. They look pretty hot to me. They look like some fine-looking individuals to me. I don't know. I just feel like, how often are we gonna get the ugly people be in the leads? I don't understand this. It's almost as if people always, it's almost as if all these Hollywood people know that in reality, only gorgeous people sell movies. Yeah, you don't see this guy being the lead in the movie, do you? No, he's not. He's gonna be a side character. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet, but something tells me someone who looks like this, someone who does, like, is not the most gorgeous, is gonna be a side character. Just saying. What's my Discord? Oh, here you go, my dude. We have a Discord for... We have a Discord for the community. Master Sep says, wow, look at that ugly blonde, blue-eyed, thin, in prime age woman. Totally not intentional. Yeah, absolutely. It was just an accident. It just happened to be that person was gonna be the most logical person. Like, you tell me, who's the main character here? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody guess? I think it's this one right here. This one right here. No? It might be the one doing the blue shirt back there. No, oh, it's the gorgeous woman. Okay, got it. Gorgeous blonde, blue-eyed. Got it. Okay, got it. Understand. Totally got it. Okay, no, that makes sense. I feel like it's not this chick with her hair just freaking fizzled out to all heck, with her hair pulled back in a like ponytail, whatever the frick she got going. No, it has to be the one with the wavy, curly, freaking looking like something on a Fallout, freaking 1950s haircut. Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's just to really drive. I'm gonna keep beating this dead horse. Just to really drive the point home. Let's go check out one more. How about one more movie that's coming out this year? The Joker. Well, that's Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, he's a like. Oh, would you look at that? Harley Quinn's gonna be gorgeous? I would have never guessed. What? To be fair, Joaquin Phoenix was not the most like absolutely drop-dead gorgeous person ever, but you don't really see all the wrinkles or the super skinny ness of him with the suit, huh? But yeah, who would have thought? Who would have thought Harley Quinn was going to be drop-dead gorgeous? I would have never guessed. I would have thought she would have been a weird uggo. Strange, isn't it? Hey, bro, I'm just spitting facts here. I don't understand. It's because it's Hollywood. Hollywood is the biggest, like, you should put more ugly people and stuff, but they don't do it. Okay. You want to put ugly people in it? Put ugly people in your movies. What the frick? Let's take a look at Madam Web, Marvel, the big Disney. All they do is talk about inclusivity and adding, like, not, like, they're like, fat people are people too. Where are the fat people? Show them to me. I see 4 leading ladies here, and not one of them is fat. Not one of them is ugly. What do you mean? Meanwhile, here's actual Madam Web. That's the real Madam Web. You couldn't give us the actual real Madam Web? You had to give us freaking this? But okay, fine. Alright, okay. You went with the classic. You went with the classic. You went with, like, the real old one. Okay. Alright, okay. You know, everyone loves this one from the comics, but whatever, you know. Is what it is. That's just no. Let's go with this. Is what we want, obviously, because Hollywood knows. Hollywood likes to pretend, but Hollywood knows. Hollywood is not good at lying.
GN France posted a review of the demo.
I don't know why people are so mad that video games are doing it when literally the entire rest of the industry has been doing it and continues to do it.
Particularly its characters highlights an obvious bias, and the result is not really a success. It's not new, and other games have chosen to highlight the strengths of their female characters. But where a Bayonetta stands out with an iconic character design, or a 2B inspires an entire generation of cosplayers, Eve from Stellar Blade.
Which is BS, because when Bayonetta first came out, they were making the exact same judgments. When Nier Automata came out, they were making the same exact judgments that they are making to Stellar Blade about 2B. 2B and Bayonetta got so much hate, the same exact hate that they are giving right now to Eve. And the next time that there is another female lead that is gorgeous, they're going to use Eve from Stellar Blade as a good example.
Blade is just bland. A doll sexualized by someone you would think has never seen a woman.
Is that a woman? Jesus.
There's a lot of problems with this. First off, Eve isn't even sexualized
give me a
within
second,
the
dude.
context
I'll grab
of the
that for
game
you
or
just
the
a
events
moment.
of the demo. Like, she doesn't flirt with anyone. She's not pushing her tits together, leaning over, asking for a ride. She never says, like, who wants to have sex with me? It's not even a factor at all. Like, bro, if you want to complain about hypersexualized characters, go play Soul Calibur, okay? Hop into the character creator, and you can make your tits super huge. Also, the demo is like an hour long, with about 15 minutes of cutscenes. That's not enough time to give, like, a detailed character assessment or review. So a lot of people are complaining about Stellar Blade at the moment based on assumptions. What they think the game is going to be like when it actually comes out. Comparing Eve to Bayonetta and 2B isn't fair at all, because those are characters that have been around for a long time, and they appear in games that are completed and have been released to the public. Let's try another article though. Developer of Stellar Blade fails to recognize the game's sexism. This was posted before the demo came out. So just based on the 6-minute showcase, there is something striking when you look closely at the images of this aesthetically successful action game.
Yeah, I definitely see, I can definitely tell it's gonna be a successful action game.
Heroine is ultra sexy. In less than 6 minutes, we see her wearing outfits, each more improbable than the last. The message is clear. The shorter, the more skin visible, the better. Now, I'm not sure what
What happened? You just got a Twitch Snickers ad in which two couples suggest casual X with each other just to eat the Snickers and realize that it's a very bad idea. Well, you get even chocolate. You get me, freaking
trailer
A.
you watched, but there's like maybe 9 seconds.
But no,
of footage
this is
where
wrong.
Eve's thighs
This
are
is the wrong
partially
thing.
Exposed, but besides that, it's just her arms. Like, where is this explicit, overt sexualization that I seem to be missing? Is every woman in tights supposed to be a sex object? However, we are talking about a character responsible for getting rid of an enemy threat in a post-apocalyptic context. So the old "her outfit isn't practical or realistic" argument sometimes has merit, but I don't think it does with Stellar Blade or Bayonetta. Neither
Isn't it weird that I don't remember hearing a whole lot about Whisper.
game is going for a realistic setting. Like if Call of Duty had established itself as a grounded military
People used to make fun of Bayonetta saying that her power came from her nakedness. That was the biggest criticism. Even though the actual lore is that she uses her hair in order to create objects with her long hair. So she actually has incredibly long hair, and her entire outfit is made out of that hair. As well as all of her attacks, the boots, everything that like she can create and use to attack, it's all made of that same hair. So she has to like borrow it from her like outfit in order to create all these like objects and stuff.
shooter and then got rid of military factions and threw Nicki Minaj in as a playable character. Well, that would be pretty.
Yeah, see, that's misogynistic, right? Call of Duty put Nicki Minaj in a revealing outfit. That's pretty misogynistic, if you ask me. But nobody's complaining about that, are they?
Cringe, wouldn't it?
That's more booba than Eve!
Bayonetta is a witch and Eve is an ODST that stole Tracer's spandex. As long as they don't look stupid and they fit within the universe, I don't see either as a problem. Leggings so close to the body that it feels like a second skin. This guy has more problems with the tights industry than he does with the game. That's what leggings are. She has a nice bod and plenty of outfits to customize. Gamers like customizing and playing dress up. Bayonetta is arguably more sexualized, but she's considered a paragon of female representation and strong female characters. So again, what is the actual problem? The character is simply too sexy, man. That's the issue. It's difficult not to see a sexualization of women, a practice which tended to disappear in the latest video game productions. Did you forget what won Game of the Year in 2023?
What I like the most is that every companion is so extremely fuckable. I wanna fuck all of them.
They also have actual real ball physics in Baldur's Gate. They have ball physics, just like how they have boob physics. They also have ball physics. A wise man once said on YouTube, "I like trains. I like trains too." Absolutely, my dude. I will check that out after the stream. Give me a moment, my dude. I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Not only wanna fuck all of them, I wanna be with them forever, for the rest of my life.
However, this choice is 100% assumed by the developer, with arguments that are beyond belief.
I will check out your work, and I will let you know if when I have money, first of all, and if I want to go ahead and purchase any art, my dude. Thank you, thank you.
The director of Stellar Blade attempted to justify the project's irredeemably sexy argument. In terms of design, we focused on the back of the character because players are always facing her when playing. That's what they see the most, so it's very important. We didn't know that a character's charisma is first measured by the perfection of their posterior. Jesus Christ, man, go touch grass. When I play a game, I want to see someone who is—
Yeah, isn't it weird that the developers focus on the parts of the screen that are typically showing to you? It's strange. Normally, I like to focus on the parts of the screen that are not showing.
And after all, it is—
Yeah, I like to see, like, 'cause it's like, yeah, I could be looking in front of me, but what's behind me? You know, like, we never think about that. We never think about what's not on the screen.
Audience.
What you say is heresy.
These are the unbelievable arguments. I wanted my video game protagonist to look good. How could you say something so brave yet so controversial? Like, this is sexist now? Well, shit. I don't want to be sexist and play this, so from now on, I'm only playing games with ugly protagonists. Like, they just made a hot protagonist and gave her a bunch of outfits. That's it. And for some, that's the issue. The unrealistic body standards that are detrimental to women. who consume
Even though it's based off of a real woman that has accomplished these body standards.
this sort of media. And we'll get into that later on. But I want to look at some good and bad examples of sex appeal in video games. You see, it's not whether you sexualize characters in a video game, it's how you do it. Games like Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk, Dragon Age Origins, KOTOR, and Mass Effect offer a diverse cast of male and female companions to simp for. And they all feel like real people. Their personality is not solely defined by how sexy they are. You can fuck bears in Baldur's Gate 3 and you can
You can be a bear. And F the guy, I think, right? Is it that, or is it? I don't freaking know actually now. I never tried to bang the bear.
fuck aliens in Mass Effect. There's also options for same-sex romance, and you don't see too many people complaining about that. If you're gay or a little bi-curious or just want to see how those romances can play out, those options exist. They add diversity to a game, in RPG, in a very good way.
That is waifu right there.
This reliable clip is actually relevant to the discussion for once.
I wrote a blog post a while ago about why I f***ing hate video games, because this is what it does. It appeals to like the male fantasy.
Wait,
This is definitely the male fantasy. Now, every time late at night, right? Only, hold on, let me talk. This is gonna get a little personal. I can't, make sure, shush, I'm gonna whisper this because I don't want anybody else to know, okay? But late at night, when I'm like, about to go to sleep, but like I can't go to sleep, and I get really, my banana turned solid, I fantasize about Morgan here, building a house and riding on a horse. I mean, really riding that horse, you know what I mean? And then I think about the lasso he whips out, and then he like catches bad guys with it. Ooh, you seen that Deadeye when he like pulls out the gun and like he's like, freeze, villain, bam, bam, and he like fires his weapon and like gets the bandits. That's freaking hot, dude. That's freaking hot. Anyway, I like Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a pretty good game. It's hype.
this isn't the right video. Yeah, hold on, I gotta switch to... You know what? Fuck it, keep it rolling.
Bro, that scene where Arthur Morgan, like goes, where Arthur goes and meets Sasquatch, freaking hot, dude.
Oh my god, shirtless John Marston! But Red Dead 2 is the perfect game to illustrate the power of diversity, and perhaps sex appeal, because RDR2 appeals to the male and female gaze. Just as you can customize the outfits for Eve, you can do the same with Arthur. There are compilations of women thirsting over Arthur, and all I gotta say is, back off ladies, he's mine.
And then I also just
I'll fight you over him.
liked the, oh my god. Really? I'm so jealous of her.
Alright, this is BS. Arthur Morgan has very unrealistic body standards. I mean, look at this.
You can use the perfect game to illustrate the power of keep it rolling.
This is just unfair, okay?
Oh my
How am
God.
I supposed to achieve this? This is unrealistic body standards. I can't grow a beard like that. Okay?
Really? I'm so jealous of her. I'm so jealous.
Oh wow, she sounded moist with that one. What the frick, girl? You're on stream right now. Relax.
He says, Raj, we gotta do those horse lines again. I was like, why?
She's gonna have to change the Twitch. She's gonna have to change the Twitch topic to a poll stream.
He said, well, it's a little too intimate.
Wait, what? Is that
You know, it
Roger
sounds like
Clark?
you're talking to a horse. And I was like, what do you mean? And he played it back, and I was like, you're all right, girl.
Wait, what? You're telling me that this is who they based Arthur Morgan off of? This is the voice actor that did the voice. I feel like this is a more realistic body standard that I could achieve in the video game industry. Maybe the next Red Dead Redemption, or the next Grand Theft Auto 6 main character should look like this, like Guy on the Left. Don't you think? I feel like that would really make me as an individual feel a lot better about like the gaming industry as a whole. If we stop over-sexualizing these men.
And if I can thirst over Sadie Adler like a parched baboon,
Sadie Adler.
then hell yeah. I
Bro
hope
went
women who
full
play
auga.
RDR2 can simp for Arthur Morgan. Again, it comes down to both of these characters feeling like real complex people, that you can just inherently find attractive. It's called personality. There's no mystery behind good writing. It boils down to the developer's intentions and goals with their characters and their game. If you want to...
You know what's the biggest thing that I like the face doesn't even matter all that much at the end of the day, because you know who my waifu in Mass Effect was in every single game? Well, I'll just put your freaking name. It was Talia. That's not, I don't know if that's real, by the way. She does have a real, like, face that you can see in a picture. But I never even freaking saw her. Yet she was my waifu in every single iteration. This is the actual picture you have, like, that's actually what she looks like, right? Because I think there is an in-game picture after you finish the romance. Yeah, I think it's after you finish the romance, you get a real actual picture of her. But you don't actually get to see her for pretty much the entire game. This was waifu right here. In Mass Effect 1, in Mass Effect 2, in Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect Andromeda? Who the frick? I don't even remember the characters in Mass Effect Andromeda. Let me know if y'all want me to play the Mass Effect Andromeda series. I think I have them all. But not Mass Effect Andromeda, Mass Effect. Oh yeah, I didn't romance anybody. Everyone was boring. I tried to romance this guy, the Krogan. Didn't work out. He didn't like me too much. She's annoying. She's bossy. Yeah, she's like super bossy. I don't like her. She's mean to me. Yeah, I wanted to bang him. Alright, moving on. He had the best personality.
Visual novel kind of game. Probably don't call it.
From Twitch to
Sex with
OnlyFans
Hitler.
speedrun concerning that
Might
girl.
be a
Man,
good
I need a
start.
girlfriend. Not gonna
And there
lie.
are egregious and what I would consider bad
dude, don't we all?
examples of
Don't we all, Master
sexualization
Sam?
in video games. Isabella from Dragon Age 2 is just this smelly pirate hook.
I gotta admit, I didn't play Dragon Age 2. I played Dragon Age Origins and then played Dragon Age Inquisition. I don't know why. I just didn't have the money at the time.
Egregious and what I would
I still
consider
haven't
bad
played it. I want to
examples
play
of
it.
Sexualization in video games. Isabella from Dragon Age 2 is just this smelly pirate hooker. Like, that's mostly her character. Now, I'm biased because I'd rather eat goat diarrhea than play Dragon Age 2, but even then, Isabella still has more going on. She's mostly a smelly pirate hooker, but my issues with her character have more to do with the romance system. It isn't just writing. Bad sexualization can be tied to the game mechanics. You want to romance this character? Just hit the icon with the heart on it. You'll be contracting gonorrhea in no time. I don't mind the dialogue wheel on Mass Effect, but when it comes to gaining approval or influence with characters and romancing them in an RPG, I much prefer titles like KOTOR and Dragon Age Origins, because you have to figure out and pick the dialogue option that a character will respond to. You actually have to flirt and rizz them up. You know, maybe,
yeah, you could actually make your relationship with them way worse, depending on what you say.
maybe there was a Time Splitters Future Perfect joke that went a little too far.
Honestly, kind of like Persona 2, as well.
Okay.
But the over-sexualization in that game is part parody and part fan service. Personally, I have always found Ivy Valentine's design to be hilarious and over the top, and that has been a topic of
Like, let's
debate
be
for a long
honest, you're
time.
not gonna say that she doesn't accidentally move a certain way and it freaking slips up, you get me? Alright, my dude, you have yourself a good night. Thank you for swinging by.
But her design is also iconic. She has earned a place in gaming culture. Some female characters are defined by their sex appeal, while others ride the line in between. Samus is hot, but she's also like a real person, kind of. Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball takes sex appeal to an extreme level, and it's mostly a gimmick, but at the same time,
It's a great game.
The game
Just
was an
saying.
impressive display of physics. On the other hand, you've got something like the new Fable trailer, which a lot of people reacted negatively to. They blasted the design of this female.
Hey, we finally got one! We got a game where it's not an overly sexualized lady! Lady?
Character, and
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
she
lady,
does
lady.
look pretty silly. I think people would have reacted a lot better to this trailer if they had taken the angle of Our protagonist is the antithesis of your typical hero, and she's thrust into the role of being a hero. But the trailer doesn't try to tell you that story. This character is just kind of ugly for no real reason. Like in Beautiful Joe, you play as a comic book movie nerd who gets sucked into the movie and has to become a hero, even though he's a fucking nerd. He's the antithesis. That could have worked for Fable, but they don't really tell that story in the trailer. So it comes across like it's made to appeal to the body positivity crowd, and a lot of gamers just don't care.
Why are there those are like modern day glasses? Is that in Fable?
That. I don't think we've seen really bad examples of sexualization in video games in a long time. Custer's Revenge is one of those notoriously awful games, which they hit the double whammy. They were racist and sexist, and they made the game that way deliberately to generate outrage and publicity. Some tactics never go out of style. Duke Nukem Forever is also an awful example because the game was terrible, wasn't worth the wait, and a lot of the jokes just
Duke Nukem was just a garbage game all around, honestly. The best part of the game was this freaking Easter egg, the Master Chief armor.
Funny.
Power armor is for pussies.
Well, okay.
So it felt outdated. Recent worst example of sexualization, of course, goes to Ride to Hell Retribution. You kill a group of dudes and then immediately start banging a chick with all your clothes on. Women are quite literally an objective in Ride to Hell. Man, that fucking game. But going back to the real issue, body positivity, unrealistic body standards in video games, and by extension, all media. Multiple studies have
Think about like Leisure Suit Larry was one of those games too.
That both women and men feel lower levels of self-esteem when consuming media where characters have that ideal body. Now, you don't really need a study to tell you this, because if you're a dude and you've ever watched 300 and thought, damn, I'm a fat ass, well then you're just like me. But you also probably don't think about what Gerard Butler went through to look that good. In the same way you probably don't think about how much time game developers spend on creating attractive characters, how much concept art and designs they have to create. But the problem with feeling insecure about your body image is an issue that nobody can fix but you. Feeling like your body type is being represented in media is a surface level solution that ignores the real issue. I think a lot of people who write these articles essentially complaining that characters are too sexy, I think that comes from a place of insecurity or just a grift. Every woman on the planet has struggled with her self-image, and to all the ladies watching this right now, you look great without makeup. And every man has struggled with his own physique and confidence. It's pretty funny. There was
He's just like me for real.
Microsoft urges developers not to create female characters with exaggerated body proportions. And I replied,
that's a nice dress she's
yes,
wearing,
of
by the way.
course. We wouldn't want any exaggerated body proportions on male characters. It might make us men feel insecure. And if you look at the replies,
Marcus,
well, first off, this is the guy who was the art director for Gears of War. Also, I recently reviewed the first Gears of War. You should watch that video.
Dude, look at that, bro!
First off, this is the guy.
That's the art director?
Who was the art director for Gears of War. Also, I recently reviewed the first Gears of War. You shouldn't watch that video at all. That's how reverse psychology works, right? Okay, sweet. But a lot of people in the replies were like, I aspire to be Marcus Phoenix. I live 7 days a week trying to look like Marcus Phoenix.
Bro, I wish I looked like Marcus. I am in lesbians with him.
I must go to
Bro
the
has
gym
one of the
more.
best freaking voices in all of gaming.
Sudden urge to hit the gym. The men in Gears of War aren't realistic, but the women are.
Dude, her tits are way too big. That is clearly like a C cup or bigger. Looks like it was made by like a horny 15-year-old, and we're trying to be a little bit more mature than that.
And this goes back to the, do they have realistic outfits or not? And I think Cliff is right. If this lady had huge knockers, it would just kind of distract from the war, you know? But seeing ideal beauty or attractiveness in media or video games, if it makes you feel insecure, you should use those feelings of insecurity to better yourself. Go on a walk, eat healthier food. Ideally, that's what people would do.
Nah, screw touching grass. Stay inside. Eat whatever you want. Freaking drink as much as possible. Life is too short to be boring and try to think about being healthy. Yuck. Thor got hat for becoming fat, even though the OG Thor is big and strong. Yeah, OG Thor is freaking ginormous, but he is like a beefy boy, huh? But yeah, no, they totally like what do you like? How do you think males who look like Fat Thor felt from that? You know?
do, but that's not always the
And
case.
then bro
If
just
you're trying
became
to
fit for, like,
condemn
no
or
reason.
criticize a piece of media because the characters are sexy
We didn't even see
and
him
that
go on
make
a
you
diet
feel
or
bad
nothing.
about yourself, then that sounds like a you problem. I hope you work on that. Lord, grant me the strength to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. None of us can change that sex sells. It's a marketing tool. You
Miranda!
can't get rid of it in media or business. So the best thing to do is become the best version of yourself. In my experience, actual sexism
I am a perfect version of myself now. I have become a monkey.
in video games happens
I have
in
returned to
voice
monkey
chat or
and
mostly
forgone
at the
humanity.
studios. And I think focusing too much on whether this character is too hot or not distracts from the conversations people should be having about how women are treated in the workplace and in the game industry. What's really obnoxious
Good point,
is when
actually.
people try to Photoshop official character art to be more or less sexy to prove some kind of point. Is it just me, or is this shit kind of weird? Like, hey,
Yes.
the marketing for GTA 5 would have been much better if the chick with the cell phone was fatter. What?
That's, if anything, I feel like that's more sexualizing. Because, like, this is the original image. Could you imagine this being a real person and somebody comes along and is like, yeah, I wish you were just fatter. Like, that just seems like a chubby chaser trying to freaking make their own corn. You get what I'm saying? That doesn't feel like you've made this better for women. It just feels like you have a chubby fetish and you just made your own ideal look. That being said, both images are gorgeous.
Fatter? What? Why did you do this to Cortana? What? She's a fucking man-made AI. She's not a real person. Are some of these body types really that unrealistic? We live in a world of plastic surgery, for God's sake. Then there was Horizon Forbidden West, where there was like a couple shots in one of the trailers where Aloy looked a little chubby, and some people started freaking out about it. And they were like, well, what would she look like if she slathered a bunch of makeup on her face? I just think obsessing over this kind of stuff isn't healthy. If you're going to obsess over it, then
this is
they
like,
were like, well, what would she look like?
Like, I just wouldn't expect perfect eyebrows, eyeliner, lipstick, perfect teeth. Like, it's a post-apocalypse. You get me?
If she slathered a bunch of makeup on her face. I just think obsessing over this kind of stuff isn't healthy. If you're going to obsess over it, then do so in the gym. It's important to note that the problem with this whole debacle is not about Eve's design. The problem is quite simple. A game developer and thousands of internet users are bluntly describing Eve as an ideal woman, the only woman that men want to see. Also, labeling Eve as the only kind of woman men want to see is wrong on so many levels. Dudes will
Absolutely. I simp over every woman.
thirst over anything with a pair of tits. Despite having specific outlets for this content, it now needs to be injected into all media to cater solely to them. How is this any different from putting realistic body standards in video games to cater to a different crowd? It's not. What? Company make product because want money? Dove is challenging narrow beauty stereotypes within the games industry with a new
Here comes
campaign
the
that
money.
promotes avatars that look like
Money,
real
money,
women.
money, money,
Again,
money,
you have
money.
to remember that these companies are fucking massive and they're making these decisions because they think it's going to increase revenue. You've got Stellar Blade, which is like, hey, let's lean a little bit into sex appeal to sell the game. And then you've got, let's portray women in a normal way to sell the product. And both of these things are fine, but you can't pretend you're better than the opposite side if your end goal is the same: money. Now, some people are only going to care about what Stellar Blade represents in their ongoing culture war, but at the end of the day, what matters most to folk like me is if the game is awesome or bad. Is Eve going to be a flat, lifeless husk, or an interesting character who just so happens to be a baddie with a gyat that won't quit? In conclusion, Rule 34 has been around for about 20 years. People are going to sexualize your game and your characters even if you don't. Sex appeal in gaming isn't inherently a problem, but there are pretty clear ways of doing it right and doing it wrong. Instead of wasting our energy discussing things that will never change, maybe we should focus on the design and fun factor of the game, if it's visually appealing, or God forbid how women are treated in the actual workplace in the game industry. The recent controversy around Eve and Stellar Blade isn't a new phenomenon. I think it's ridiculous to criticize it for shallow reasons like the character is too hot, it made me feel bad. And it's equally absurd to criticize a protagonist that isn't hot enough. Is the design good or not? Does the character have a reason to look like this? Sure, there are some instances of objectification and bad sexualization in video games, but in my experience, these are pretty rare. Unrealistic characters can affect the average Joe or Jill's self-esteem, but at the end of the day, you have to learn how to be happy with your own image. Nobody can do that for you. Your self-esteem is not the responsibility of some multi-billion-dollar corporation. Sex sells.
Yes, it is.
You can't fight that truth.
You have to make me feel comfortable when I... What the frick? I didn't freaking push... What the frick? Stop it. Stop it.
More than you can fight.
Sorry, that was just my innermost thoughts. See, but I want monies, and so my innermost thoughts activated that button by accident.
That's the way it is. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.
That's a great point too.
Let me know who you think.
We really over here worried more about how sexy these fake video game characters are, instead of focusing on like how the real women in real places are being treated.
So in the past year, as in
weird.
20.
Hold on now, chill out.
Do you like hot?
Great freaking video. I like I was gonna say I like hot men. No, I like the point he was making. It's freaking weird. It's wild. He did bring up some great points that I didn't really even think about, as far as like, you know, how like in the workplace how women are being treated, for sure. And it's just wild that like, who even are all these people getting offended by all this? Like because they're like the most like I feel like they're very close to what's happening in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't live in reality at times. Thank you so much, Primates, for watching this all the way to the end. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the little bell for a rainbow explosion that will go ahead and notify you every single time we go live or put out new content. Thank you so much, goodbye, and thanks for swinging by.